Hey there guys, Regan here and welcome back to Let's Play Muramasa the Demon Blade. In the last episode we got Kizuke's second ending, right? Yeah, that's what we got last time. And in this episode we'll be getting Momohime's second ending. And you may notice that her stats look a little bit different, you know, considering the fact that she's actually stronger than Kizuke is right now and the fact that her timer is at about 7 hours. The reason that she is so high level is that, as you probably know, I sped through her story and was not able to use the blades that you would get from the bosses until way after. So what I had to do was I had to get her up to the level where she could use the blades. As it turns out, she can use the Sukatoshi at somewhere in the mid-40s. The Muime Tamano, though, requires an extra level. So, as it turns out, Kizuke was just about at the right level to use the Muime Tamano when he beat the game at 46. I was unaware of that. So I had to get her all the way up to that. However, since I sped through the game so much, I left all the enemy layers behind, so I went back and did those. Those got me up to, I think, about 40, or maybe 38. But I still need to get her up another 8 or so levels. So what I did is, because I didn't want to just fight random enemies and get little experience off of it, I decided to try one of Kizuke's bosses, which is why I have so much goddamn money. As it turns out, and you probably figured this out, once you beat the game with both characters, you can go back and go into everything that's protected by a white barrier. Everything that is protected by a white barrier is basically the strongest 5 enemy layers, possibly 6, and you can access all the areas that the other character had to go to. Now, their bosses will not be the same strength as when they fought them. They will be upgraded, so even if you've beaten the game, there's still going to be a challenge. I went for the spider boss because it was very close, and every time you knock down one of its health bars, you'll get some experience out of that. The first time I knocked down its health bar, it gave her 2 levels. So at that point, it was either I get killed against the boss, which did happen because I got stuck in the web and attacked by a multitude of spiders. So that was actually first death of the entire project, but it wasn't on screen. So then I had to go back in. I was about 40 then, but I needed the level, so I beat that boss, got 21,000 experience, which I then used all the souls I got from that and built about 4 or 5 more blades, and that gave me about 5,000 just units of currency, which is why I was able to buy stuff at the beginning of this episode. So what we're going for now is the second ending, and I actually just recorded this like 10 minutes ago because, well, it has to go up today, and I'm recording this the morning of today. So, yeah. And when I fought that spider boss, that gave me an idea. What I can actually do is, for both characters, I can do basically a kind of a boss rush thing, where we go back to, say, Kizuke, and we do all of Momohime's bosses. And of course I do, some editing. So I go one boss fight, cut, next boss fight, cut, next boss fight, and so on and so forth. And then I can do the same thing with Momohime. That'll get them up to good levels. After that, it is your decision, and your decision alone, who takes on the final enemy layers. Because we've got 10 layers to go. I mean, either one could tackle 1 or 2 of them at the moment. But, the max level is 50, as you would know. So they could actually tackle all of them. But still, 10 layers. That's quite a bit. That's going to be a few videos worth. But since there's 2 characters that are about the same strength and can use the same blades, who would you guys prefer to take all that stuff on. Because they will be going for the 10 layers that remain, getting the ultimate blade in the game, and then I'll probably be doing their third ending first. I mean, it doesn't really matter the order of when I do the endings. I'll probably just do a Kizuke Momohime to keep up with the pattern I've done through the entire project. But I'm not going to go and do all the layers as Kizuke, then do all the layers as Momohime, because it's repetitive. The only difference between it is, yeah, there's a different character doing it, and they might get a different reward out of it. They might get a different item. I'm not exactly sure if they do. But say they got the same items. There'd be no point doing it with both characters unless you yourself are 100%ing the game. Which, I'm going to be showing all the endings. So I can just do those layers with the other character off screen. There's no point in showing, you know, both runs on screen. But, as you can see, we have hit the max level of 50, meaning we cannot go on any further. We can't go to 51 or 52. That's not going to happen. At all. When that experience bar does fill up, she will not raise to 51. So, she is as strong as she could possibly be. So all I really have to do is do all the layers, and then we can just get the third endings, then, you know, wham bam, thank you ma'am, and we're done. But, you know, we still have to get her second ending. Because I think you have to get both the second endings before you're technically allowed to go for the final blade. I don't see why that would be a requirement, because really once you get the first endings, you have their endgame blades, and you're allowed to go to the white enemy layers, which I think all the white enemy layers give blade rewards. I think. And with those blades that you get from those layers, you can eventually forge your way all the way down to the ultimate blade, whose name will be revealed at the end of this video, because the game tells you what the name of the blade is. But looks like we're almost to the boss. I will say, fighting the enemy layer with all the monks was actually kind of annoying, because they would all charge and keep breaking my blade, which was kind of aggravating. And I went for the 7 Samurai one, which she was just under the recommended level, but it's just 7 Samurai, so it's easy enough. That gives very little experience. You're really only doing that one for the item, which I don't think was that good anyway. Wait, she get 51? How was that? No, the max level is 50. How did it go to 50? Okay. Yes, I've been bullshitting you the entire time. But how long did it take until you figured out I was bullshitting you? Like, I kind of hinted that 50 wasn't the max level without actually saying that 51 wasn't the max level. The max level is 99. The max level is 99. The ultimate layer in the game is a required. It's either 92 or 93. So, yeah, they're not anywhere close to that. And that layer is tough. Trust me on that. That layer is not easy. It may be it may be very close to the max level, to the point where you can just go up to 99 and do it. Don't do that. You're going to want to go in at either just at or just above the recommended level. And when we do get to that layer, I will tell and show you exactly why. But yeah, 50 is not the max level. It's 99. But Do tell me in the comments down below how long I was able to kind of fool you with that. Because I'm kind of curious about that. These enemies really don't stand a chance. Because I'm pretty sure this is the strength of when we first came through here about 20 levels ago. So, the only thing that poses a challenge is the boss. Which, considering Kizuke's second ending, follows suit, as you will see. So, it really leaves me to wonder what the third ending is. You are Kangiku's sister? Why have you followed me? Why have you followed after me, all covered in wounds? They discovered that Kangiku took the mask. She's now being held captive. Interim Yojin's servants have surrounded this mountain. You need to escape. You are trapped. You will now be judged according to the customs of our kin. What's she doing here? But because this area is so close to a temple, we cannot act with haste. If you oppose us, you must face Kizuke, master of Muramasa and the Oboro style. I wonder where this is going. So there's a bit of a crossover for this one. I don't know how the Demon Blade enslaved you. You should give it up. Surely the final words of such a beauty will echo quite nicely. Unfortunately, you ignored my warning. Master, I'm terribly sorry. You will turn me back into a normal fox for this. Please leave me and run away. No need to worry. Foxes aren't much of an opponent. I'll rescue you quickly. You saw him. I met him at that hot spring. I can't believe he uses such a fearsome sword. Someone you met at the one time I wasn't looking? What a small world this is. Menacing air and the same fighting spirit sends you. He remains on Earth. How stubborn the two of us are. You're the pupil the ghost told me about, that I've been fooled completely. Just a boy? No, I know his aura. Oh, I wonder where this is going. I see, it's not Senshu's soul, but he employed the spirit fusion secret art. To keep Oboro style alive, he offered up his soul to save this boy's life. An awful thing to leave behind. Let's see who's the best at Oboro style. So, just like Kizuke's second ending, where he had to fight Momohime Jinkuro, in Momohime's second ending, you have to fight Kizuke. It's pretty much a similar battle, except for the borders of the arena are technically on fire. That does not have an effect on the battle. But this is basically the same fight, considering you are probably around the same level and are using 66.6% of the blades that you had to use in the fight against Momohime. If you had trouble against Momohime, you're probably going to have trouble against Kizuke. Though he seems to fight slightly different than Momohime did in Kizuke's story. You will see that at some point. I was able to note two things that were different. I'll see if you can point them out. Or I'll probably just point them out. I don't know exactly what the strategy is for this battle. Like, you could just go unrelenting force like I always do. But for the most part, you're just going to get your blades broken. But at least that unrelenting force will get a blade broken and give you a window of opportunity. Though I'm guessing the point is to kind of take them by surprise with your attacks. Obviously, Gale is not exactly a good choice here. But I still use it because, well, it's one of the blades you have to use, and it does have a good power, and Gale is one of my favorite secret arts. Or favorite kind of secret arts. Just because of the spam and the fact you can move around. Though, sometimes you will move through him, so it's not completely useful. But it still works. I mean, you can use Gale, you can use Windmill, they have their useful spots. I've noticed that, oh, here we go. Okay, I want you to count how many times that Kizuke uses that ability. Because if we remember correctly, Momohime only used it once. Let's see how many times he uses it. In fact, you may notice a second difference for when he runs to the side of the screen. When Momohime does this, she or he technically usually charges back with a dash. Kizuke doesn't seem to do this. But he kind of makes up for it, I guess, because he fights a little bit differently. I don't know exactly how you would really catch him by surprise with an attack. Really, your best opportunity is if you've broken a blade. That really is your best chance to get hits in. But if you give him an inch, he'll just pull out another blade and you'll end up breaking your current blade even more than you did trying to break the first one. Okay, that's the second time he's used it. And I, like an idiot, use Earth Hornet and charge in and don't make it all the way to him, and then get stuck in that secret art. So, I end up breaking my Earth Hornet blade and taking needless damage. But I do believe I have an Absorb Life sword on, so it kind of makes up for it. It's either I have something that just absorbs life or something that just recovers. It might be auto recover. Got a blade down so I can keep going for him. And now he's got like -1 HP, so you know exactly what I'm trying to do next. You've seen how I've been playing the game. You know what my next move is going to be. And I know that the fastest way to get a quick draw is to have a blade broken. So I have to needlessly take damage. Then I go for the quick draw, and he counters it. So I'm like, okay, I'm not waiting for another one. Uppercut. And I get almost 4,000 experience off of that. And I get Onimaru Kunitsuna. I lost to a girl? How pathetic. But if I'm going down, I'm taking her with me. Had one more quick draw up his sleeve. We've taken each other out. This wound is too deep. There's no saving me now. Oh, what should I do? Hold steady! I've been fatally wounded. Senju took care of me so neatly. This life is over. Spirit fusion. Then I will save you with all my will. But you must remember the one thing I leave as proof of my life, Oboro. Now she's an orange? Somewhere in Japan. Not inside tea house. There are no customers today, Oboro, so why don't you close up a little early? Okay, Grandpa. It's like our deceased daughter has come back. It gives me reason to live. I found you collapsed in front of our door. Good thing your health returned. I forgot who I am, but you took me in like family. How can I ever thank you? Don't you worry. Stay here as long as you like. You're like our real daughter. You don't feel well again. You cried out in your sleep last night, too. I was saying the same names again? You always say Oboro and Jinkaro. I was sure Oboro was your real name. Oh, the same fox is here again. There was some fried tofu left over. Just wait here and I'll get you some. It's gone again. Why does it always look at me with such sad eyes? Are we connected somehow? Just who am I anyway? Feels like I've forgotten something very important. You remember what Kankiku said? She said that they were going to turn her back into it. Oh wait, there's a Oni here. Eek, it's an Oni! Ooh, there are 3 of you here. I've grown tired of mountain foods. I thought I'd catch myself some humans. Grandma and Grandpa look a bit tough. I'll have to stew you slowly in a pot. I can't wait till I get home though, so I'll peel and eat the girl right now. Oh, Namu Abita Buddha, please save the life of this young girl. Oh, Namu Abita. Oh my, it's the man-eating Oni that also appeared in the next village over. You two escape while I distract you. Just keep running and don't look back. That sure was nice when I gobbled down 2 girls from the neighboring village. But you're so soft and fair-skinned, I'm so excited I just can't stop drooling. What a perv. The boss will surely eat all of her. I should sneak a tiny bite for myself. Even if seen from afar, a boss's form can even send a master's swordman fleeing. Yeah, I know the word even wasn't in there. I don't care. And I'm trying to proceed, but there was an Oni in the way. How did this happen? Blade felt so comfortable in my hand, like I was born swinging it. My word, you wiped out all the Oni in one swing. Oboro, who are you anyway? You're right. It's not normal that I could kill those Oni so easily. If anyone learns of this power, it may bring disaster down on both of you. I must leave here to learn my identity and also discover who Jinkaro is. For half a year now, I'm so grateful for the kindness you showed me every day. It tears on my heart to leave here now. Please forgive me. Oboro. With Grandpa's blade and Grandma's millet dumplings in tow, Momohime, aka Oboro, embarked on her journey accompanied by a certain white fox. Quickly dispatching one foe after another, her unraveled story will now be covered in its very own sequel. In due course, this brings an end to the pandemonium of the Oboro sword. And that is Momohime's second ending. Forge a new ending by wielding Oboro Muramasa, the Destroyer of Fate. That's the ultimate blade in the game, in case you didn't know. So, I guess next time, we'll jump back to Kizuke's story and we'll start what I like to call Boss Rush. We'll be fighting all of Momohime's bosses, and it may take an episode or two. Depends on how long I take. And then, of course, we'll go to Momohime's story, do all of Kizuke's bosses, and then after that, we'll go for the rest of the enemy layers, and go for the third endings. So, that'll be in the next few episodes, but I'm reckoning you, the viewer, give me a like or favorite. I am running out of time, aren't I? See you guys in the next one.